Hi teachers, today I'm going to show you some of my favorite keyboard shortcuts. So the first one is probably one that you've seen before, and it's copy and paste. So if I want to copy this picture, I would hold down Control and hit C. And then I would go to wherever I want to paste it, whether it's a different slide or a different document completely, and I would do Control V in order to paste it. We do this a lot with URLs. So if I wanted to send this URL to someone, I would do Control C. And then when I open up an email, I would do Control V to paste it. Cut and paste is similar, but it's a little different. Instead of copying something, it's going to remove it. So if I'm typing this and I realize, no, I want to put this line at the very end. Instead of retyping it, I can do Control X to cut it. It's still saved to my clipboard, and so now I'll do Control V to paste it. Duplicate is an easier way of copying and pasting if you're on the same document. So I want to have more than one of this image on this one slide. So I will do Control D, and it automatically duplicates that picture. I could also do it for slides. So if I want to have more than one of this slide, I can do Control D and it'll duplicate it for me. Now, Control D doesn't work everywhere. In some places, it will save stuff to your bookmarks. So if I was on a different page and I did Control D, then it adds that page to my bookmarks. So if I accidentally do that, I can just click Remove. That'll also sometimes happen whenever you are working on a document like this. If I did Control D right now, it adds it to my bookmarks because I hadn't selected anything. I have to select either a picture or a text box or click on an actual slide over here in order for it to duplicate. If I want to select text, there's a few different things I can do. If I use my mouse to just double click, then it will highlight that word. If I use my mouse to triple click, then it will highlight that entire line or paragraph. But if I want to select all the text in this box, then I can do Control A and it will select everything. If I'm on a website and I do Control A, then it selects every single thing on that page, both text and pictures. These shortcuts work in any kind of word processor. So it could be Microsoft Word, it could be Google Docs, Google Slides, anything where you're typing, even email. If I want to make this word bold, I can hold down Control and hit B. If I want to make this word italicized, hold down Control and hit I. And it also works going the other way. So if I no longer want this word italicized, I can hold down Control and hit I, and it will undo it. This also works for underlining. So if I want to underline these words, Control U to underline it, and to undo that, I can do Control U again. If I accidentally do something that I didn't mean to do, for example, deleting that picture, I can do Control Z to undo it. And let's say I accidentally delete several things. So I accidentally deleted all three of those. I can hit Control Z more than once, and it will undo each of those. If I hit Control Z too many times, I can do Control Y, and it will redo that. Something else I use a lot is inserting links. So if I wanted to take this URL, I can do Control C to copy it. And I want to turn this sentence into a link. So I'll hold down Control and hit K. Now this box pops up. I can paste in my link here, and that turns that sentence into a link. Whenever you're in a word processor such as Microsoft Word or Google Docs, you can do a page break using keyboard shortcuts. So let's say I am typing and I'm ready to go to the next page. Instead of hitting enter over and over again till I get to the next page, I can do Control Enter and it will automatically skip me down to the next page so that I can continue typing. Zoom in and zoom out comes in handy if you have text that is too small to read. So if I'm on this website and it's too small and I want it to be bigger, I can hold down Control and hit the plus sign as many times as I need to make the text legible. When I'm ready to zoom out, or if I want to zoom out from the very beginning to make the text smaller, I can do Control and hit the minus sign or the dash. Control P will print a document. So if I wanted to print this, I can hold down Control P and it will pull up my print preview. I can also do that on other websites. Control P. And once it loads the preview, I'll be able to print that document. On the other hand, there is Windows P. So the Windows button is right in between the Control and the Alt button. If I hold that down and hit P, then that will pull up my display settings. So if I'm using a computer that's connected to the projector, this will come in handy whenever I'm deciding what I want to show on the projector. So right now it is set so that only the computer has a screen on and there would be nothing on the projector. If I wanted to duplicate, so whatever is on my computer screen is also on the projector, that would be duplicate. If I select extend, then it would be like having two different computers kind of connected together. So whatever is on my computer is not what's on the projector. And then second screen only will set it so that whatever's on the computer is only being shown on the projector and it's not even being shown on the computer at all. So these are good. I would mostly be using these top three. Especially if at some point you want to turn off the projector without actually turning off the projector. Then you can set it to this top one so that the projector screen would be black and you're still able to work on your computer. I'm not going to do this one right now because it'll turn off my recording, but holding down the Windows button and hitting L will lock the computer. And so you would have to come back and put in your password in order to get back in. Anytime that you leave the room from your computer, I would highly recommend locking it. It's not the same as signing out. You'll still have all of the windows open that you had whenever you locked it, but it does keep people from going in and doing something on your computer, whether it's getting into your email, getting into grade books, or anything like that. So this is just a security feature, and I do it every time I step away from my computer. A quick way to open a new tab at the top is to hold down Control and hit T. And then sometimes we accidentally close tabs. So if I accidentally hit this X for my Ducksters article, I can reopen it in two ways. One way is to right click up here and then go to reopen close tab. The next way is the keyboard shortcut, which is Control, Shift, and T, and that'll automatically reopen that closed tab. And you can reopen more than one closed tab. This one's kind of fun. It's an emoji keyboard. So if I'm typing somewhere and I want to insert an emoji, I can hold the Windows button and hit the period, and that'll pull up my emoji list. So I can scroll through my emojis until I find the one that I want. Also, if I'm typing, then they can search for that. So I type smile, then it can search for a smile. And it's being funky right now, so let me try again. Windows P, I start typing in smile, and now I have all the smiles. So there we go. And then there's a lot of keyboard shortcuts to use just within YouTube. So over here, I have my YouTube video. And if it's playing and I'm ready to pause it, all I have to do is hit the space bar and it'll pause. I can then hit the space bar and it'll start playing again. So quick way to pause if I want to talk to my students about whatever's in the video. Another feature is to hit F to go full screen. So we're watching the video. I'm ready to put it full screen. I hit F and that'll make it full screen. To take it back out of full screen, I can either hit F again or I can hit the escape button. To mute, that is M. So right now I have it muted. I can unmute it by hitting M or hit M to mute it again. To change the volume, I can use my up and down arrow keys. So right now it's muted. I'm going to unmute it. I can turn the volume up or I can turn the volume down. And then we can fast forward and go back in two ways. Using the arrows will take me forward and back by 5 seconds. Using the keys J and L will take me forward and back by 10 seconds. So I'm watching my video. I want to go ahead 5 seconds. I hit the right arrow. If I want to go ahead by 10 seconds, then I can hit the letter L. And then same thing for going the other way. I can hit the left arrow to go back 5 seconds or hit the letter J to go back 10 seconds. I can also use the numbers on my keyboard. So if I hit the number 5, it'll take me to the 50% mark, the halfway mark. If I hit 1, it'll take me back to the 10% mark, so back towards the beginning. And then 9 will take me to the end, or the 90% mark. So if you know where something is in your video that you're wanting to watch, just hitting the numbers on your keyboard will skip you around to those different places. And then the number 0 will take you back to the very, very beginning. So those are some of my favorite keyboard shortcuts. There are so many more than this. If you do a Google search for keyboard shortcuts, then you can pull up all of them. And there's hundreds, really. It's kind of hard to remember these and learn them at first. But if you just learned one new keyboard shortcut a week, then you would have access by the end of the year to so many quick ways of navigating your computer. If you want to remember some of these shortcuts, you can go to tinyurl.com/KISD keyboard, and that will pull up this presentation so that you will have all of these saved for whenever you want to refer back to them.